It's surprising how much TV out there is aimed at showing the life of an American high school kid. I can't really empathise. I never went to an American high school, as you can tell from the fact that I'm still alive, and chances are when I die my death won't be used to perpetuate the use of assault weapons to ultimately kill more kids. No, I went to a British school, so instead of a cult-like daily ritual to a piece of colourful fabric that apparently makes for marvellous kindling, we had tea, biscuits, bad teeth, deep-rooted bigotry and maths, with an S, because I guess there was more than one. My point is, despite the fact I've never set foot in American school, I've seen enough TV to broadly understand some of the finer details of it. The cliques, the hierarchies, the relationships, the strange admiration for burly morons whose future careers will most likely be breaking rocks using their own foreheads or smushing against each other in a giant flesh pile in an attempt to grab a leathery suppository. So when I started watching Riverdale, the Netflix drama centred around a group of kids from high school, there weren't really any surprises. Well, except for one massive one. I actually really liked Riverdale. I know, no one is as shocked as me. The prospect of listening to a bunch of teenagers whinge on about their personal problems at school was about as attractive as a naked mole rat's cum face. I didn't care about shit like that when I was at school, and you're telling me I can listen to it optionally as a 20-something? Wow, lucky me. Oh, don't worry, my doctor prescribed these 28 ibuprofens. There is, however, no denying that when the show does resort to personal drama, it is at its weakest. You know the kind, like overhearing a conversation about how he's actually been totally weird since Wednesday, and he won't even text back. Fuck off. I hope he does text back to say his genitals were mauled by a rabid dog, but not before he could pass on the gonorrhea which you definitely have now. In between all of the vacuous conversations, there's actually a thing that happens. Quite an important thing, actually. One wonders why these kids have the time to babble on about pointless shit, says the unemployed man who at this very moment is complaining about an obscure TV show you probably haven't seen because you were too busy. A girl and her brother go out on a boat and the boy dies. When it's later discovered that the boy was shot in the face, the show turns into a mystery. Although I spent the whole time saying, this would be a lot quicker if they just did a DNA test on the sperm that would obviously be in the hole in his head. That'd be a killer right there. The problem the one policeman in the whole town has is every single person over the age of 20 in the town is an unbelievably blistering cunt, who should be arrested for just that reason alone, especially the main subjects. Now, I've never murdered anyone, despite what the evidence says, but if I was a suspect, I would try my best not to antagonise everyone around me to the point where any normal person would just go, sod this, let's arrest them anyway. It's almost cartoonish how detestable most of them are, but I still enjoyed this. Now, why is that? Given that I went into this expecting it to be just an easy 5-minute complaint about how shit the world, and more specifically I am, I don't think we can attribute this to me just getting happier with my life. I think it's because it was never not entertaining. What a shitty, boring reason that is. I liked it because it was good. What a cock I am. The mystery actually unfolds in a satisfying way, and despite the entire town being built on some kind of cunt rift, I actually found most of the characters empathetic and surprisingly funny at times. Sure, there is a bit of funny line in an inappropriate place, like finding a horse's head in your packet of jelly tots, but there were a couple of funny moments. No, it wasn't perfect, not really all that close, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. I've had a shitty, very shitty month, and this show made me feel like I had vacuous and unrealistically attractive friends who in reality would have moved house to avoid eye contact with me. And in the end, isn't that what TV's really all about? A way of tricking the depressed into wrongly thinking someone somewhere cares about them being alive? Of course it is. Advertisers don't want you to kill yourself. It's a lot harder to sell stuff to the dead. Unless it's a coffin lock because your creepy cult-like twin sister talks about you like she's going to climb into your grave and eat your hair.